Julian, it's a hungry world. Let's talk about Peacemaker Season 2. Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here, and welcome to my review for Peacemaker Season 2. Over the past few weeks, I've been reviewing Peacemaker Season 2 through YouTube Shorts, and I just want to tell you guys, wow, the viewership is insane. The amount of likes on the videos, I mean, man, you guys are loving the mini reactions to stuff that I give, and I couldn't thank you all enough for the support. I was happy to do it because Peacemaker Season 2 is fucking lit. I love Peacemaker. John Cena is back. Alright, John Cena, Jennifer Holland, Steve Agee, Danielle Brooks, Freddie Stroma, of course, James Gunn directing and writing some of this as well. I was just super excited for this season, and I cannot wait to talk about it. So, if you guys haven't seen Peacemaker Season 2, definitely go check it out and come back and hear my spoiler thoughts. This will contain spoilers. Let's talk about it, guys. Oh my god, there's so much to unpack. As with the TV show reviews, it's going to be a little bit all over the place. It's 8 episodes, so I have to kind of jump around here and there. It's going to be a little bit inconsistent from what I normally do with reviews. So, guys, the story with this season is that Christopher Smith, after the events of Season 1, is looking to be a hero. He doesn't want to kill anymore. He doesn't want to be that guy anymore. We have Adebayo, of course, played by Danielle Brooks, helping him out as his best friend. They call her Ads this season. I like that. You got Freddie Stroma back as Vigilante, who is doing some crazy shit, as always. I wish... one of my, very small complaints about this season is I wish there was more Vigilante, because he doesn't wear a suit until, the last 3 episodes. Regardless, you have John Economos back, Steve Agee. I love John Economos. Actually, by the end of this season, he is, one of my top 3 favorites, honestly. He is hilarious. I love his attempts to stand up for himself, but everyone else just keeps giving him shit. Whether it's Judo Master or fucking Rick Flag Sr., Bordeaux, played by Sol Rodriguez. Rick Flag Sr., played by Frank Grillo, is awesome this season. Really enjoyed him, even though by the end I was like, you are a dick. He is fueled by revenge. He won't admit it, but he is fueled by revenge for, of course, the death of Rick Flag Jr., who was played by Joel Kinnaman back in the Suicide Squad. If you don't remember, Peacemaker killed him in that movie. And now in this show, Rick Flag Sr. is out for revenge. He is the head of Argus. He's got Bordeaux by his side, who's this kick-ass cyborg chick. Really enjoyed her in this season. She is hot. You got Flurry, played by Tim Meadows, who, holy shit, this guy, some of the shit that comes out of his mouth, especially in the first episode he's introduced, he has bird blindness, so he calls Eagly a duck. He doesn't know, he can't tell one bird from another. Even if it's a fucking hummingbird, he can't tell the difference between a hummingbird and a fucking eagle. That is some stupid shit, but I love it. Of course, my favorite, though, is Amelia Harcourt, played by Jennifer Holland, James Gunn's wife, who does a fucking phenomenal job this season carrying the brokenness of this character, because since the events of Season 1, Adebayo, exposing Amanda Waller, she's kind of been blacklisted from any organizations, the CIA, Black Ops, I mean, really any kind of organization, even Argus, doesn't want help from Harcourt, and she's struggling with that this season. She's also kind of trying to find out how she feels about, honestly, everything, but mainly Chris, because this is the man that killed one of her best friends. We find out through a flashback that she was best friends / lovers occasionally. She fucked him, I guess, once or twice with Rick Flag Jr. Joel Kinnaman coming back for this. I love seeing that. I wish that he was used more, because there is an alternate version of him in this other world that we go to that Chris goes to because he feels like he's a fuck up in his own world. I wish there was more of him, but nonetheless, it was fucking great to have him while we did. She is trying to find out how she feels about Chris, because they had this moment on a boat during the finale where they share a kiss during a rock concert, and she isn't sure how to feel about that because she feels that she's a mess. She's a fucking nightmare, is what she tells him. There's a really awesome scene between her and John Cena where they are arguing over, her inability to express her emotions. And I love that the raw, emotional, vulnerable acting from the characters. Some of my favorite scenes in this season aren't even the action scenes. It's just these characters being so emotional and vulnerable with each other. The 11th Street Kids are characters that I passionately love, each and every one of them. Trying to pick a favorite, even, is so difficult because they're all just so lovable in their own ways. They all have their own flaws. They all deal with their shit in their own ways. And some of them like try to stuff it down only for the other ones to bring it up and try to, bring them back to their feet and tell them like it's all going to be okay. And I didn't need a big external threat this season. I loved the internal conflict going on with the characters. It wasn't about taking down some higher threat. It wasn't about, some world-ending event. It was about these characters dealing with their shit, like their trauma. Adebayo and her wife are having disagreements on their future. They aren't even living together anymore. You have, of course, Harcourt, as previously discussed. She's dealing with a lot. Eagly even has an arc this season where he's being hunted by Red St. Wild, played by Michael Rooker. And that was really badass, where he takes down Michael Rooker as the Prime Eagle. He has all these eagles swarm him and tear him apart. That was badass. And then, of course, at the core, you have to have Christopher Smith going through the worst shit, man. Because he goes to this alternate world, he finds out that Keith, his brother that he killed when he was younger, is alive in this universe. His dad is also alive and not a racist piece of shit. Ever turns out everyone else in the universe is fucking Nazis. Which, yeah, I did see coming because of all the speculation happening week to week. But it was still a fucking amazing reveal, and it's just crazy how they did it. Especially when Harcourt points out, like, a giant fucking mural of Hitler that he didn't even see. But anyway, he sees that, like, his brother and his dad are here, and they are way better than they were in his world, because one of them was dead and one of them was racist. And even in this universe, him and Harcourt are a thing, and he's viewed as a hero. He is celebrated. He's cheered for in the streets. And man, it just hits so hard for me in the 7th episode, where it all comes to a head, and they're fighting Keith, and he's like having to watch his brother being killed in front of him. Like, he went to this universe, met them, had hope that, hey, maybe this is something I can do more often. And then he meets his other self, kills himself, and then he's like, shit, now I have to kind of move in here and replace myself so they don't, go on without me. And it all goes to shit in the end. His dad is killed by a vigilante who has a misunderstanding. He thinks that he's a bad guy, but he actually ends up being really good, and he's against all the Nazi views in this world, which was a shocking twist. And then they all beat up on Keith and almost kill him, and Chris, like, lets out this really raw, like, fucking, like, you can hear the pain and the trauma, like, it's almost like a child screaming. And it's because of all that built-up trauma from his childhood, having to kill his brother, fight his brother, and accidentally killing him. Killing his father last season, killing Rick Flag, and then killing himself, and then getting his brother and his father killed. John Cena has been impressing me consistently with this show, man. I love him. I really do. I'm attached to the characters. I'm attached to the story itself of the 11th Street Kids having to rise up out of their trauma and find a better way together. In the end, they actually end up making a company together. They don't have this big fight sequence in the finale. People were complaining about the finale, and I get it. I totally get it as a finale. Sure, it's a little bit like it's a season 3 episode 1 instead of a finale for the season. And I'm worried because season 3 isn't confirmed, and I don't think James Gunn has plans for that right now. But I'm going to trust in him because I do love this show and I love most of what he does, really everything he does. But in the end, Peacemaker and his team, they form a company called Checkmate where they're going to help people out. They're going to stand the fuck up, as Adebayo says. Danielle Brooks gives this really powerful monologue to him about like how he inspires her, gives her hope, and how she feels loved when she's around him. and everyone else says their own sentiment about how much Chris means to them. Even Harcourt, in the end, he asks her. He's been asking her the whole season. Didn't mean anything what happened on the boat, and she was like, of course, it meant everything to her. And in the end, it seems like they are a couple. Seems like it, which I was rooting for the whole time because I just love them together. They just balance off of each other so well. And they've got a new company, but oh shit. Rick Flag Sr. comes in, takes Chris to this new Salvation universe that he's found with help from Lex Luthor's guys. It was great to see Nicholas Hoult back again, by the way. He takes him to this other universe, and he locks him in there, and that's where we end the season, with Chris trapped in an alternate universe, where Rick Flag Sr. plans to send metahumans. So, fuck you, Rick Flag Sr. Simultaneously, great work, Frank Grillo, because you made him a fucking asshole. But also, kind of one that you can sympathize with in a kind of a weird way. Because, I mean, he did kill his son. But, anyway, guys, I've rambled on long enough. I'm not going to keep this 15-20 minutes long, guys. I really don't want to keep you all that long. But I'm giving Peacemaker Season 2 a fucking 9 out of 10. Only reason I don't give it a 10 is I just feel like it needed to be fleshed out a little bit more, maybe be a little bit longer. I miss when television seasons were like 16 episodes, like The Walking Dead was back then. Now it's like 8 episodes. Like, can we bring that back, please? I know it's a budgeting issue, probably, to make more episodes. It would cost a lot more money, obviously, but damn it, it's James fucking Gunn. Like, let him cook, all right? And I know a lot of people will probably say that he didn't cook with this season. I understand the skepticism, the hatred of the finale for letting some of y'all down, but as someone that is really emotionally invested with these characters, I loved it. So, that's going to be it for the review. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought of Peacemaker Season 2 down in the comments below. Take care, guys, and goodbye.